371.
The Lou Information Station presents Arch City Now with Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome into the show. Good Monday morning. Glad you're with us. It is July 14th, just about halfway through July already. We talked about it before. We continue to talk about it. Time flies by so darn fast, but we're glad you're with us today. 6:03 is the time as well. We take you to about 6:30. We have a break. Then we come back and we do it all over again. This is Arch City Now. Hope you guys are getting up and ready to go with us today. Projo, the weekend was a good one for you, I hear. I heard all kinds of stories about you this week and getting wild and crazy and fun and fixing your brakes and making some food for your parents and all kinds of things.
Being sick, yeah. It's a wonderful weekend.
I don't know anybody who's been sick recently, so you've managed to make that happen.
Well, my son gave it to me, so yeah, it's going around.
How do you know your son gave it to you?
Because he had it when he came over one day, and he didn't know what it was, and well, we found out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What is it?
We didn't know it was actually, he just thought he wasn't feeling good.
But of course, if you want to let everybody know what your cure to everything is, it is
lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
I wasn't drinking it. That's why, That's why I ended up sick.
Okay, but lemon juice like how? Lemon juice with...
mix it with water. Or you can drink it straight, a full cup, one a day. I've been doing 2 a day since I got sick.
Really?
Yep.
And do you notice anything working when you do that? Or
well, yeah. When you do it on a regular basis, it actually keeps you from getting sick. However, I fell off the wagon, and that's how I got sick.
Okay, do you fall off the wagon because you get lazy? Because there's all kinds of remedies that people have. Oh, if I get sick, I'm going to do this. Or
sometimes you just get sick of the same routine, and you're like, well, it's not, I'm not getting sick, and so you just, I guess it was more of a test. I stopped drinking it to see if I would get sick, and I did.
And it worked, and here I am today.
Yeah, here we are.
Okay, anything else that you use? And I trust you because, you're Projo and you know everything.
Well, yeah.
What else do you use?
According
just straight, like how do you do it? 1 lemon per, 8 ounces, or how is that working?
Well, like a bottle of water, fill it up about a third of the way, half of the way up. You take out half the water and fill it up, and then mix it up and chug it.
Is there anything else that you use besides that? There's a reason I'm asking.
Okay. Zinc.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
What's the reason you're asking?
Because I want to stay ahead of the curve. I don't want to get sick. You're sitting behind the studio window.
Right.
I guess I could show how we do this. One time, I can't mess it now. I'll have to turn the camera so we can show you and give everybody our insight of what we do here in the mornings. But we are podcast and we're radio. We do it all at the same time. I was explaining it to a couple of people again this week. Everybody says, "Oh, that's really cool."
Yeah,
it's really cool.
It's a nice setup.
You're not a Seventh-day Adventist, are you?
I have no idea what that is.
It's a faith.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not, I guess.
I didn't know if you were stuck in traffic at the airport over the weekend because I did a story. I believe it was on the Seventh-day Adventist like 5 years ago. They take over St. Louis when they come in. They literally take over St. Louis. 50,000 people downtown for their convention. A lot of times faiths, businesses, whatever they are, they have their yearly get together. They had it in St. Louis. So, you are a St. Louis. So you are an Adventist now?
Well, no, I drove for Uber, and I remember when they come to town. Now, is this the youth one? The one that only youth come to or something like that?
No, this is the Youth Gone Wild.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
Kidding. No, this isn't. It's all of them. 50,000 strong.
But there is one that's just youth. And when they came, they rode the scooters. They were in like 4-way intersections just doing circles. And yeah,
really?
It was a mess. Yeah.
In downtown St. Louis?
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was that?
That's 2 years at least. 3.
Oh, I was going to say, I bet that's 3-4 years.
Yeah, maybe.
They were in town. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know if you or your family were there this weekend.
No.
50,000 strong, many of which traveled to St. Louis. Why they do it here, I don't know. but they overwhelmed the airport yesterday, plus the weather. There were delays. You're talking about almost 50 flights delayed, massively delayed, 35 with Southwest. There were long lines. They all went to media. It's just not a great look for the airport for Lambert, but there was some weather yesterday. Okay, and it kind of leads into it. Weather seeding is a real thing, okay? That's not a conspiracy theory. It's not a deep, dark rabbit hole you're going down. It is an actual scientific thing that states are participating in right now and signed up for. Projo, am I talking craziness?
No, it's definitely a thing, and it's definitely something that certain people like to deny. Don't know why.
Was the weather not crazy again yesterday?
Yep.
Rain, sunshine, spotty here, I'm like, none of it made any sense to me. All of Cardinals game ended up being a 7-hour affair yesterday. 7-hour affair for a Cardinals game. But anyway, I digress back into that. So you get these weather patterns that are just awkward and weird. Heck, there's snow in New Mexico now. Okay?
That doesn't surprise me. And just because of...
I'm not going to get into political terms for weather and all the other stuff right now. But I'm telling you, at least 9 states have signed up and admitted that they do what's called weather seeding.
Texas being one of them.
With the heart, with the heart and the head being in the right spot. Oh, we want to create condensation. We want to create water. We want to create precipitation in areas where we could really use it to help people, to grow foods, to do these things. The problem is you're using unnatural chemicals to do those things.
Well, and logic would be if you're taking water from one area that, has water and you're putting it in an area that doesn't have water, wouldn't you be reversing the place that has water?
Yeah, I know. So just the weather. I mean, okay. It was a hot weekend. It was steamy. It's gotten muggy, what we're known for throughout the area. And then yesterday's weather was just very, very bizarre. That's why I was like, okay, what's going on? I mean, so many people talk about weather changing around this country and weird things, different things, storms not looking the same, skies not looking the same, colors not looking the same. I was just wondering if people around the St. Louis area saw that as well, because I'm noticing the weather changing here. And I don't think I'm out on a limb by saying that, right?
Yeah.
Do you see it change? Was yesterday weird or is that just me?
No, it's been weird lately, period. Yeah. People who have...
Weird as in strange, unnatural.
Yeah.
Like anything we haven't seen, at least in my lifetime.
There are people who have had neurological disorders for years that can say that they feel when storms are coming.
Yeah, my sinuses.
Yeah, this year has been crazy, according to them.
What they feel things worse?
Yeah, they feel the pressure of each storm coming in. Yeah.
See, I don't think I felt it as much, but...
Well, you don't have POTS.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Thank God.
Right.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Do you have POTS?
No, I know a few people.
Okay. You know a guy.
I do. If I don't know how to do it, I know a guy.
Yeah, so these things throughout the metro area, I don't know if it's anything that you guys have noticed, let us know. By the way, you can jump in on Arch City Now. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Arch City Now. You can watch us on YouTube and X at Arch City Now. You can also jump in on the comment line there as well. You can also stream us and the other shows throughout the entire day. That is luinfo.com. Once again, luinfo.com. Phone number there, 855-282-8255, 855-282-8255. If you want to give us a call, we'll patch you on in. You can talk with us. If you want to come in video, we'll give you the video line as well. And if you want to jump in the chat, you can do that. Joe has not pots from the chat line.
I do have a disorder.
Oh, we love Greg.
It's called pot.
Greg listener Greg likes being our unofficial third member of the crew on the chat line, and we appreciate it. That is a great line. Joe doesn't have pots; he has pot. That is 100% factually true. This is Art City Now, 6/13, July 14th. If you guys have stories, ideas, shout outs, people, businesses, whatever, we would love to hear about it. That's what the show is about. It's about you guys, St. Louis, getting you up and moving throughout the day, not only on X and YouTube, but also on 590, where you can stream us, as we said, at luinfo.com. Projo's been having quite the time. He's been busting his butt trying to get us on TikTok, the streaming, and I don't even understand what's going on there. Did we have this many problems when we did our previous shows when it comes to TikTok?
No, not actually getting the ability to stream, but keeping the ability to stream. Yeah. We're having trouble just getting the ability to stream right now.
Yeah, so if there's any experts when it comes to TikTok, we'll get you on in. Well, I've been telling you, the TikTok, isn't that TikTok? Monday, it's going to be a great week. We're calling it out right now. We appreciate you guys being with us as you do every day. If you have stories, you can let us know as well. And of course, like, subscribe, share the show, let people know everything it is that we have going on too. Okay. Cardinals had a very piss poor weekend. I'm going to say it right now. You lose by 1 run Friday night, 1 run Saturday night to a team that's 12 games under 500. There's just no use for it. Then yesterday in a game they had to have, then the rain comes. Sonny Gray's been hot. He was 10-1 as starts at Busch. Cardinals did win. He only got to pitch 3 innings though. And they held on 7 hours. The game literally ended about 8 o'clock last night. Started at 1:15. They were heading into the All-Star weekend. If you were a St. Louis Cardinals fan that stayed the entire time, man, I would love to hear from you, because there weren't a ton of people there to begin with. And then sitting through 3 rain delays, hot, muggy heat.
That's a dedicated fan.
I'd like to talk to him. I'd like to see who was out there for the duration of that game. Finally, they did win, thankfully. I had some business to do down in the city, so I was driving through Saturday morning, and I see Atlanta Braves fans walk out of their hotel and look around like, oh, we're ready to go have a good day today. And they're looking around, and this part of downtown was just desolate. I mean, there was nobody downtown. And I was frustrated. I'm like, oh, man, the Braves fans walk out, and they're probably like, what the hell is going on? Where is everybody? Where is everybody?
I had somebody argue with me over whether the person that was throwing fireworks at people, that was, the police were overzealous.
Well, they still haven't found that guy.
Right. That's weird.
They still haven't, especially with the video camera shots that we have of the guy acting like a complete jack. You know what? You're trying to tell me that going after a guy throwing fireworks, somebody was actually arguing that person should not be arrested?
Right.
Whoa. We showed you the video of a guy, I think it was on Friday. Police were still looking for throwing fireworks in people's cars, throwing it when they're eating dinner, eating lunch, just sitting there throwing fireworks at them. Yeah, and then taking off. Yeah, if any that should be the picture of somebody who should be arrested.
I had somebody argue that, he was doing just what people do with their friends on their own block. And I'm like, well, keep it on your own block. Don't go downtown. This is what, like on your street, like we used to have bottle rocket fights.
Yeah, you're an engaged person.
Right. But yeah, then these are people who don't understand what's going on. All of a sudden there's an explosion next to them. They're freaking out.
Was this person related to you?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Was this person under 40 years old?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, there you go. My gosh. Okay. It is what it is. All right. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves, getting fireworks stuff thrown all at them.
No, it was one of my infamous comment fights on
Facebook.
My God.
People, listen to us right now. Do not engage in comment wars. The keyboard warriors who are out there want you to do this. Projo, do not do this. If you are a St. Louis person, do not get engaged in the comment wars.
It's so hard. It's my favorite
Oh my
pastime.
God. I know, I hear you. 6:17 is the time, 6:18 on a Monday morning. July 14th is we bring you through the situation of this Monday as we start to look through what's happening throughout the week. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Not sure everything that's happening in your neck of the woods. There was a concert over the weekend. Chris Stapleton was here over the weekend. I know a lot of people from the St. Louis area love that country music singer, and he's got some strong vocals. He was out at Hollywood. It's just some really expensive break time already. Why is it break time already?
Never mind.
Projo,
I'm a week behind right now, apparently.
Chris Stapleton was in town. I think it was sold out crowd over at Hollywood. Nice summer night. Anybody talking about that? We'd love to find out some of the things that are going on. Obviously, you hear about events that are happening. If you were there, if you know anybody was there, let us know any sightings of Chris Stapleton around town. We'd like to talk about that as well. Just get you the vibe about what's happening, who's doing what's going on with St. Louis, especially as we get you up early in the morning, rocking and rolling as we do. Chatline Greg says that this weekend was so bad with the weather and the pots that he has that he had Fred Flintstone feet. I guess they were swollen up. Sorry from that standpoint. That does not sound good.
No.
Sound like anything anybody wants to deal with.
No fun.
No, not at all. So we were talking about the Cardinals in downtown. Attendance for the weekend series, not so great. It was not so great. It's one of those things that the Cardinals are still dealing with, but they did get the win. It is usually a big draw, 5-4, about a 7-hour game. So they lost 2 or 3 to the Braves. They're 51-46 at the break. So 5 games over 500. They're kind of a team so far. 6.5 games behind the Cubs for first. They're a game and a half behind the third wild card spot. That's it. So technically they're still really in this, but what do they do? Because they're a team that leaves a lot to be desired, especially with not so great pitching. So they had the Major League Baseball draft yesterday, some future stars being selected all over the league. Cardinals picked up a pitcher. He's a lefty who throws about 100 miles an hour, fastballs, upper 90s, can touch 100. Highest pick that the Cardinals have had in 27 years. And they went with a pitcher who was one of the games or college games' best strikeout pitchers. His name is Liam Doyle out of Tennessee. So Cardinals are hoping for big things from him. He just finished his junior year. We'll see how his game progresses with the Cardinals, how quickly he can rise to the major leagues. So that's some big news when it comes to what the St. Louis Cardinals are doing as they try to change away from Mo's leadership, as he will not be in that position as they move into next year and see where everything is going. So we certainly hope the best for our Cardinals. We hope that the excitement gets better because we just know there are not as many people going to the games. There hasn't been as many people going downtown, which is another reason why we say perception is reality when it comes to safety and people spending time downtown. I told you I'm in the city. I was in the city 2 different times this weekend, and I feel safe. I feel fine, but that doesn't mean everybody does. And you've got to have the perception of things being safe, which is why the governor signed the entertainment district law last week, which essentially will have security officers, peace officers all around the St. Louis metro, well, I guess St. Louis City areas we talked about when it comes to Enterprise Center, when it comes to the Arch, when it comes to America Center, around Busch Stadium, all of these venues downtown, so that people will feel totally safe going downtown, doing the things that they're doing things that they've done in the past as well, just so that they feel safe. And there's nothing wrong with that. People and businesses can get their own armed security guards, what are called peace officers. I like that terminology, the peace. We're peace officers. Are you a bouncer? No, I'm not a bouncer. I'm a peace officer. Can I have a business card? Yeah, it says Tommy, peace officer. I can already see it. I'm a peace officer. Greg's wondering, hey guys, I wonder if anybody else is having this happen. Wrong address deliveries. That's always happened, isn't it? Especially if you have cursive numbers on the house. You know what? Aren't cursive numbers kind of an old? I remember cursive numbers on houses. That is a very interesting point. From mail to package deliveries, because so many younger people can't read cursive anymore.
They didn't teach it in school
because they didn't. I wonder when that stopped.
I think somewhere the early, turn.
And is it different throughout the St. Louis area, or was this something that the National School Board Association decided not to do anymore when it comes to cursive?
It seems to me that they don't want people reading the Constitution.
It's certainly. I've heard that argued before.
Yeah,
because the Constitution is in cursive.
Mm-hmm. And why would they stop teaching people cursive?
And why would you stop teaching people cursive? There was really no. I mean, if you care about your history and your country, you wouldn't. That's for sure. Why? Why else? Why else would you stop teaching? People say, "Well, we don't need it anymore." Okay. Well, how are you going to be able to read what the country was founded on in the first point?
Right.
Hello. Oh, well, we don't need that. I mean, whatever.
It's like changing the Bible back to Hebrew.
So they've got delivery, I guess, because but here's the thing though, Chatline Greg, the thing with wrong deliveries, they're happening all over the country. More and more people are ordering more frequently. So of course you put yourself in the arena where things can go wrong.
It must be certain schools or maybe certain areas. Eli says that he learned cursive in 2nd and 3rd grade, which was 2009, 2011.
Okay, so he learned it early. But okay, well, that's good. But then, so he should be able to know, but he's what, 23, 24?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's still that's young.
Yeah.
So if it's 2003, 2004, I don't know. If anybody's learning cursive, if their kids are learning cursive, let me know. I'd love to. Heck, I still remember learning calligraphy.
Right. And
my kids would be like, what? Calligraphy? Cursive? Calligraphy? What is that? What are those things? I don't know, man. It's some interesting stuff, that's for sure. It is Monday. We'd love when you guys jump in with us. 6:27 is the time. It's July 14th. We've got a lot to get to still. You can watch us on X and YouTube at Arch City Now. X and YouTube at Arch City Now. That's where you can jump in on the show as well. Comment with us, talk with us, let us know what's happening. The show's all about you guys. St. Louis, where are we on this Monday morning as we begin a new week? Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed in the heart of our St. Louis summer. We've had all kinds of just weird weather. We've been talking about that. We'll jump into anything you guys want to get to as well. You let us know. We'll do it from that standpoint. We'll talk about St. Louis City SC coming up. I was talking about Chris Stapleton just a little bit. If you're at the concert, love to hear more about that. Other concerts that are coming up. Issues at Lambert when it comes to so many people. Why were there so many delays yesterday? Love to get into that as well. So we'll do that. We'll take a break, talk more sports, talk more entertainment, talk whatever you want to throughout the St. Louis area. We are Arch City Now. We are your Lou information station. We are live and on demand. Projo's here. I'm Vic Faust, back with more Arch City Now right after this.
You've seen this. It's brand new. Are you online?
Oh, hey. Oh, so you're new here.
All right, let's get cracking.
Okay, then maybe you should check out our website.
You're insane.
Well, you download songs illegally from the internet.
LouInfo.com. The Lou Information Station. 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
Our origin story begin.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertisements.
Not sure how to get a lawyer after an accident? Call Brown & Crouppen. We'll walk you through it. Worried it'll cost too much? Here's a fact. At Brown & Crouppen, you pay nothing up front, and we never get paid unless you do. When you're our client, you'll have all your questions answered, all for free. Hurt? Get the facts and help you need. Call Brown & Crouppen now.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City, 314-344-4400.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. There were long lines at St. Louis Lambert International Airport over the weekend. A spokesperson said it was one of the busiest days of the year due to a large religious convention that ended Saturday. July is also one of the heaviest traveled months for vacationers, and you're urged to get to the airport early if you have a flight. A St. Charles man died over the weekend in an accident along Highway 94. Missouri State Police said it happened Saturday on westbound Highway 94 at Sherman Drive near the Interstate 70 interchange when a car struck a traffic pole. The 37-year-old man was pronounced dead at the hospital. St. Louis police are enforcing that curfew for minors. The curfew has been in place since the 1990s, but they're enforcing it after recent violence involving minors. They encourage parents to take responsibility too. The juvenile curfew is in effect from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. during the week, Sunday through Thursday, and from midnight to 6 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. We're headed for the upper 80s today and a mix of sunshine and clouds. Looks like temperatures will stay fairly warm most of the upcoming week. Cloudy overnight, low 70s, and then a mix of sun and clouds on Tuesday morning. We're going up to 90, scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms. We might get a few more showers on Wednesday, still pretty hot, low 90s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill has a new menu. But don't freak out. Hot Shots favorites are still there, like their famous wings, tacos, burgers, and pizzas. Plus, sure to be new faves like Big Philly egg rolls, the Bold and Hearty Slugger sandwich, the Buffalo chicken pizza, and 2 new wing sauces, Carolina Gold and Bourbon Glaze. And making a comeback, it's the return of Hot Shots' legendary waffle fries. So now there's even more to love at Hot Shots. Come try out the new menu at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Find the location nearest you at hotshotsnet.com.
If you've been thinking about improving your smile, now's the perfect time. Hi, I'm Dr. Otto from Otto Orthodontics. We offer free consultations, the newest techniques, and treatment that's faster, more comfortable, and tailored just for you. Whether it's Invisalign, braces, whitening, or even Botox. We're Missouri's #1 Invisalign provider with 5 convenient locations. And here's something special. Mention this ad when you call to schedule your free consult, and you'll get $1,000 off your treatment. Visit OttoOrtho.com to book your free consult today.
Hot Take Central 2.0.
Now, as you sports fans know, it's really getting out of hand, man. It's going way out of control.
With Cam Jansen.
I'm going to lead you down the path that rocks.
And Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
You're a legend in the city, moving by day instead of night.
Weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
Hell yeah.
Only on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. Hot Take Central 2.0.
This whole situation is getting out of control.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back into the show. Happy Monday morning. 6:31 is the time. It is Monday. It's July 14th. I'm Vic Faust, Projo alongside as well. Glad you guys are with us for another edition of Arch City Now. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Always happy to talk to you guys. Always happy to bring up things that are happening around the St. Louis metropolitan area. That's what this show is. It's all about St. Louis. We cover anything and everything. Whatever's on your mind, whatever you guys want to do, whatever the shout outs are, we'll talk about it from that standpoint. One of the other things, we were talking about St. Louis as we were going to the break. Another shout out to St. Louis City Police. They're continuing to enforce the curfews in St. Louis downtown. A lot of the research said that a lot of the problems that were being caused were by minors and by younger people just out and about, starting trouble, thinking they're having fun. Projo told us about some ignoramus that thought that it was fine for a guy to be lighting fireworks off, throwing them at people, and then throwing them in cars, and that police should be doing other things. Okay. Ignoramus. I promise you that person would never come on a show and say that and show their face. There's no way. Obviously. You may have been talking to one of the friends of this guy, Joe. Projo. You might have been.
That's what I was thinking, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Also, as we were talking in the first segment, when it came to the Cardinals, I saw a lot of posts over the weekend. It's time for Cardinals management to sell that it's not baseball fans in St. Louis that just aren't good anymore. It's the product that this team is being put on the field to show forth. The ownership showing a lackluster performance and putting a really good team on that. They're worried about their bottom line. They're not worried about the fans. They're not worried about putting a product on the field that we were always used to having. My personal opinion has always been bigger than the manager. A lot of people like to go after Ali Mermal, and we cover a lot of topics on the show. Sports is one of them. It's not our only topic. We cover everything. But when it comes to a business, whether you're a sports fan or not, and most people in the St. Louis area are, especially when it comes to the Cardinals, what they've brought, you got to put a competitive team out there. You got to put a team that's going to win. And in my lifetime, I don't remember ever the Cardinals being this much of a lackluster, uninspiring group. Not that these individuals aren't, just they're not, it doesn't work. Once again, they're 5 games over 500, and it's kind of like, the fans are like, I mean, it's not a losing team. They're 5 games over in a tough division, but it's like, But I saw more and more posts over the weekend where fans were calling for the Cardinals ownership to sell the team. You don't care about St. Louis anymore. We want you to sell. And then there's a lot more going into that too. You look at Ballpark Village and you look at the properties being built in the city as well, and trying to bring money and income and interest downtown, because I know people who think, well, they're going to leave if the crime doesn't change. That crime's changing, and it already has been. Last year, the homicides were down. I'm telling you, this entertainment district, it'll change. It will change, because I've told you my friend who's revamping the Landing said all it took was a security presence. We have people here. We have no crime. Nobody comes into the Landing. We cut it off. You can't go in. We take care of problems if there are problems. And guess what? There's no crime anymore. It's that simple. You put that circle around St. Louis City, it's going to help. More people would want to come there. And that's why I would be like, okay, there's a chance. But the Cardinals ownership group, they have to put a team on the field that's going to be it's good. And I think Cardinals Nation fans know that they're not a World Series team. They're probably not even a playoff team, maybe, but they have no chance. Whereas in many other years, you're like, well, they could. So they lose, or they lose 2 or 3 over the weekend. They get a game yesterday, 7-hour game with rain delays was another topic we were talking about. Catching you up. They had the Major League Baseball draft last night. We had a guy, Liam Doyle, out of Tennessee. Guy was freaking stud in college for Tennessee. Strikeout machine. Cardinals drafting the highest position they have in 27 years. They went with a pitcher, a left-handed pitcher, a fireballer left-handed pitcher. And we'll have to wait and see how long it takes him to get to the league. But he's on one of those projections where he could see St. Louis fairly quickly when it comes to those terms. So now it's the All-Star break. Cardinals taking a break off. They don't play until the end of this week. Tonight, the Home Run Derby for the All-Star festivities. Tomorrow night, the All-Star game. Then a day off on Wednesday and Thursday. So you've got the Cardinals getting back to action. Brendan Donovan will be our Cardinals representative in the All-Star game tomorrow night. And now we sit back and see what's the management going to do. Are they going to push the Cardinals forward or not? I don't know. That'll be for them to see. Okay. From the chat line, we love it when you guys jump in, talk with us as well. Listener Greg there. Watching in on YouTube and X, it's Arch City Now. Once again, Arch City Now on YouTube and X. St. Louis City SC. We have one of the worst teams in the league, if not the. It's been a terrible year. However, love the ownership group. Love what they're trying to do. as we figure out this piece of the puzzle. Last year, the team was pretty good during the regular season. Then, of course, Kansas City ruined our lives when it came to the soccer loving aspect of it, knocking us out in the first round. This year, St. Louis City has just been absolutely dreadful. Tough product to watch. However, they did win their first game yesterday against Portland. They won their first game since May 31st. 6-2. That was a good thing. Good night at the ballpark, or a good night at Energizer Park. They needed to get something going on, and they did. They just have problems scoring. That's their issue. They have a ton of problems scoring. If they could get some more scoring, possibly they could be a better team. The other thing is there's some really good teams around the league putting some things together. I think St. Louis will figure it out. It just right now it hasn't happened. And, in the Western Conference, they're just not a good team. The good thing is they beat a pretty good Portland team yesterday. That was a good sign. So, right now you're looking at a St. Louis City SC team only has 18 points. Only the LA Galaxy in the Western Conference is worse. And, you're talking about a team that's only got 4 wins right now in 16 games. They've got to change it around. Their goal differential is minus 12. Portland, on the other hand, Portland sits as, tied for the 4th best team in the Western Conference. So that was a big win for St. Louis City SC. And that hopefully could be a sign of things to come as they won. For the tennis fans, Jannik Sinner won his first Wimbledon championship yesterday. Breakfast at Wimbledon. Good to see him rocking and rolling, doing the things that he's doing for our tennis people. Also, the Urban League is still out doing anything and everything they can to help people. They have one more event coming up. The event that they try to help people with on Saturdays, their last one's going to be July 19th. So that's coming up this Saturday, July 19th. They literally give out 1,000 hot meals every week that they do this. The Urban League continuing to do all sorts of things all throughout the year too, not just for tornado victims, but all throughout the year. If you want more details, you can contact the league coming up this Saturday, the Urban League, about some of those things that are happening downtown. When it comes to the kind of help that you can get as well. By the way, we do a Mizzou show every Monday from 10 to 11 o'clock. That's 10 a.m. to 11 o'clock every Monday. Grant Salzman, myself, the MIZ, ZOU show today. Kickstarting the show right out of the gate, we've got the voice of the Missouri Tigers, Mr. Mike Kelly. He'll be joining us as well. You can tune in at luinfo.com to check out everything that's happening with that show. Lot of hype coming up surrounding the Missouri football season, the SEC team, where Missouri sits and so forth, not only from a basketball standpoint and football standpoint, but anything and everything that's happening with Missouri. And they've got their SEC Media Day coming up Thursday when it comes to football as well. So we'll get into that too. If you were trying to fly out, is Lambert that bad? Is it just if a lot of people, if all the flights are sold out, there shouldn't be a delay, right? There shouldn't be delays just because flights are sold out. Maybe it was because of the weather, but there were a lot of issues at Lambert yesterday, a lot. And the Seventh-day Adventists took to social media to complain about St. Louis Lambert International Airport because they couldn't get out. But we had some storms yesterday that were so wild and crazy, in my humble opinion. I haven't seen weather like we have in the St. Louis area. In my entire life. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Weather patterns are changing. They have changed. Is it because of the cloud seeding that's going on? I don't know. We do know that at least 9 states have talked about how they're using chemicals in the air and the environment to try to create precipitation to help when it comes to droughts, to create water, to make things where they weren't before. I don't know. I just know that things in our area seem to change. Now, I know when we talk about St. Louis, it always seemed like we had some good falls and springs. I just don't know if it didn't seem like to me like we really had a good spring at all. It seemed like we jumped straight into summer. And I've heard that before.
Oh, I don't know about that. This spring was actually longer than most.
You think,
Because,
and then maybe we didn't have the summer? Is
Yeah.
that what you think?
Well, I think that, yeah, I mean, I noticed that most years it's definitely like it switches from, winter to, or
Well, see,
spring to, winter to summer immediately without a spring, usually. Sorry.
Well, see, what I was concerned with when I see that, it's like we had the wettest spring that we've ever had. So
Yes.
that made it seem to me like it wasn't as warm. It just seemed different. So many things that are different. And that's what my point was, the fact that, is this really how it's supposed to be? Things do not look very good.
It's definitely different, without a doubt.
Rain, rain, rain. I agree. Tons of rain all over the place. I don't know. I mean, you see difference, right? You do see a difference.
Without a doubt.
Okay. Yeah, I do too, unfortunately. So
Now, wasn't it last week you reported something about how Missouri is not allowed to do cloud seeding though? Or it's
no, it just Missouri hasn't signed up.
Oh,
Missouri wasn't one of the states.
gotcha. Well, there's other ways to manipulate the weather without actual
There is?
Yeah.
Really? Oh my gosh, are you talking about chemtrails?
Well, that's how that's how most people think that's how they do it. Yeah.
A shout out for soccer. Chelsea beat PSG yesterday. Donald Trump was there for the game as well, so that's kind of some interesting stuff too. If there's any news, any stories that you guys want to talk about, local businesses, shout outs for our St. Louis area, let us know. Guests that you guys want to talk about, we will do that as well. That's what this show is about. You can jump in on our chat line. It's very simple too. YouTube and X. You can go to YouTube and X and dial us up at Arch City Now. You can join our chat at Arch City Now as well on YouTube and X. And if you want to check out our show or any of the other shows that are coming up throughout the day, you can do that at luinfo.com. Once again, luinfo.com. Following us every Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 is Hot Take Central 2.0 with former St. Louis Blue Cam Jansen and the Cardinals broadcaster, Jim the Cat Hayes. Once again, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 o'clock. Then today at 10 o'clock, we've got the Mizzou show, which we were just talking about. The MIZZOU show. Mike Kelly will be joining us. He is the voice of the Tigers, the Missouri Tigers, that is. You've also got the Sounds of STL today, too, with Tony Patrico. That show airs on Mondays and Wednesdays as well. We'll find out some of the things that are happening throughout the St. Louis area when it comes to the music scene, the entertainment scene. And speaking of the music and entertainment scene, Chris Stapleton had a big show over the weekend that was out at Hollywood Amphitheater. So a lot of people posting pictures, and a lot of people went onto the show. If you were there, let us know how the thing worked, how the show went. Would be curious to get your idea on what you started to see. By the way, we got a shout out that our buddy Eric Johnson is playing at Westport Thursday with PRL. So Westport now has concerts on Thursday nights. You know what? I think I heard that. Somebody had promoted the fact that Platinum Rock Legends, PRL, local band, cover band, super good. They go out to Frankie Martin's out in Cottleville, and, over 5,000 people show up, watch them in the summer. But they're going to be playing at Westport. Have you been out to Westport? Obviously, Westport has been trying to change some things. They had the 360 restaurant over a year ago. A Basso has now opened there. They had a big show for the 4th of July out at Westport as well. Now you've got Platinum Rock Legends playing at Westport coming up this Thursday night. That's pretty interesting, at least from my standpoint. Trying to bring back things. We talk about the Landing. I talk about an individual who's trying to bring back the Landing from at least a living standpoint right now, and over 10 Cardinals living downtown on the Landing. And then we're talking about Westport. If you want to step back into yesteryear a little bit, Westport trying to be brought back to life. I mean, you got to put money, you got to put time into some of those things. So, hey, I'm all for it. All for it when it comes to that. You have memories from Westport, Pro Joe?
Not many.
Hmm.
However, the Funny Bone was my favorite
Oh,
place. Yeah.
okay. I gotcha.
That and the Drunken Fish.
Yep, the Drunken Fish was there. Absolutely. So those are some of the events that are coming up. If you guys, and thank you, listener Greg, Chatline Greg, as we refer to you as, letting us know, reminding us that Westport is a place where people are still going as well, or at least going back to give you another option throughout the St. Louis area on where to go, what to do, having some fun, and so forth. This is Arch City Now, here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. from the chat line as well. I miss Mississippi Nights down on the Landing. You're going way back, because when did Mississippi Nights actually close?
Oh man, it's been a long time.
I mean, it's over 20 years, right?
Yeah. I was going to say, if you want to bring back the Landing's nightlife, you bring back Mississippi Nights.
Just that?
Yeah.
But you can't capture what we used to have.
No, however,
You could not bring back Mississippi Nights. You just couldn't.
anything that does live shows on this side of the river that are larger. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think times changed. I'd love to see
maybe.
it. I would love to see it.
I think it's worth a shot.
Mm.
There's so many people that miss it.
Get Patrico on the phone. Can
There you
get
go.
Patrico on the phone
Yeah.
and get his. Do you have his number? Don't you?
Sure.
Can he join us today? Promote his show. Talk about that. I would love to see it. I just don't know if we could recapture some of those moments and things that we've done in the past. You've got. We were talking about it in the first break. Once again, Cardinals won yesterday. Thankfully, they didn't get swept at home. All-star game tomorrow night. Home run hitting contest tonight. Brendan Donovan, the Cardinals' lone representative, who will be there. The Cardinals did pick up with their 5th pick in the draft, highest pick they've had in 27 years, almost 30 years. They chose a pitcher, lefty fireballer from Tennessee, with their pick. So we'll see where that goes. Matt Holliday, the former Cardinal, had another son drafted, number 2 overall. His older son, who's already playing for the Orioles, was drafted number 1. His younger son just drafted number 2 overall. Had a chance to go number 1. What a story for the former Cardinal, Matt Holliday, and his family and the kids that he had. And of course, Matt just been an all-around great guy. Loves St. Louis. Terrific ambassador here for St. Louis Cardinal baseball. Just a really, really, really cool story all the way around. So we are Arch City Now. If there's stories that you guys want to talk about, let's do it. Anybody you want to promote, let's do it. That's what we do Monday through Friday here on Arch City Now. You can give us a call as well if you want to. The phone number to do so is 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. We'll get into those things. We'll cover those stories and talk about what you guys want to talk about. Also, when it comes to the world of whatever's happening throughout the state, specifically in St. Louis, we talk about sports, and we can talk about it now. We can talk about it in the next hour from 7 to 8, is what's happening with legalized sports betting. It has been quite some time since we voted this in, yet it doesn't officially launch until December 1st, legalized sports betting. But what they're doing now, the Missouri Gaming Commission opened a public comment period. So what they were doing was they were allowing all of us to provide feedback about what's happening with this, how we could make this better in the state, allowing people to weigh in on and give feedback about sports betting regulations that were passed in June. So the deadline for the public to weigh in on this comes to an end this Wednesday, July 16th. Then Thursday this week at 10 a.m., you've got the Missouri Gaming Commission offices in Jefferson City are also going to hold a hearing allowing consumers to voice their thoughts on licenses and how they're going to be handled, who will get them, how many will go out. So according to Bet Missouri, the model includes 2, standalone licenses. with 3 operators applying. So you got 3. You've got DraftKings, you've heard of them, BetMGM, and Underdog. So those 3 are vying for 2 of those standalone licenses. Now, applicants will also have an opportunity to appear before the Missouri Gaming Commission. And what they're going to do, they're going to award the 2 licenses, or that's Friday, August 15th. You'll have a chance to talk to the commission on the 13th, but on the 15th, they're going to award licenses. Now, for other retail and mobile licenses, an applicant must submit a completed application by Friday, September 12th, if the applicant wishes to offer sports wagering beginning December 1st. So these are big companies that would be offering sports wagering. So people can start to guesstimate what they'll do. I think this is going to be massive. I think the sports betting in Missouri will be huge. I think it's going to be a big time moneymaker for these people. Everybody predicted that marijuana would be big in Missouri, or at least the people that knew the industry. And it was, and it has been, with sales last year being more than states like Colorado and New Mexico and Arizona. I'm telling you right now, sports betting in the state of Missouri will be big. It will be very, very big. Were you going to say something, Projo?
Just trying to give you a 90-second.
Oh, it was 90 seconds? Oh, okay. Dang, we start to move through these things. I have to get more in. If you have a shout out, if you have something you want to say when it comes, or if you want to talk about the sports betting gambling situation, you can let us know. Joe, Projo, I know so many people who cross the river to go into Illinois to place wagers and bets because it's legal in Illinois, and it hasn't been in Missouri. And it's been quite stupid, in my humble opinion, why Missouri has not allowed this to happen already or sooner. Just absolutely insane. Missouri way, way, way behind the rest of the country when it can't. And it's shameful. It should not have happened. It should not have been drug out this long. And it's a long story why it was. And I do know why. And that's because of some politicians and lobbyists and money, people trying to make money with other sorts of gaming. We can get into that at another point, but we got to take a break. We'll be back with more Arch City Now with Vic Faust, Projo alongside. You can watch us on YouTube and X. We are your Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. We'll be back with the second hour of this show right after this.
Broadcasting live from the J. Randolph.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
Hey, listen to me. I'm one of the credit cards in your wallet. I'm about to explode and pop like a balloon. You're using me and my brothers way too much. Your credit cards aren't the only ones annoyed. It's your paycheck that doesn't have enough to pay everything. Save your credit cards, your paycheck, and yourself a lot of PAIN. Pain. Call the debt helpline now, not tomorrow, right now. Our experts will show you how you can cut your interest rates and your payments on your credit cards in half. Credit card companies have special assistance programs designed to help you. Make this 100% free call right now and learn how you could get out of credit card debt. Here's the number.
800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. That's 800-406-6569. Paid for by Zero Debt.
The Lou Information Station. 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
Good morning, USA Radio News. I'm Anthony Lucero. Rain is bringing more flooding to central Texas, still reeling from a deadly 4th of July weekend flood that killed around 130 people. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said water rescues were carried out yesterday in multiple counties, and some communities were under evacuation orders. In Kerrville, which saw massive devastation in the earlier floods, water has been reported rushing over city streets. Flood watch remains in effect for much of the region until 9 a.m. this morning local time. The U.S. will be sending Patriot missiles to the nation of Ukraine.
The European Union is paying for it. We're not paying anything for it.
President Trump affirmed that yesterday and continued to speak of his disappointment with Russian President Vladimir Putin, saying he surprised a lot of people by talking nice, then bombing everyone. House lawmakers are set to vote this week on a number of cryptocurrency bills.
Those include the Clarity Act, which looks to establish a regulatory framework for crypto asset markets, the Genius Act, which focuses on stable coins, a digital currency with value tied to a real-world asset, and the CBDC Surveillance State Act. That one would keep the Federal Reserve from coming out with its own digital currency in an effort to keep privacy and individual control over transactions. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
A man was wounded after an officer-involved shooting in front of the Crypto.com arena in L.A.
Police responded to the area on Sunday morning following reports of a man threatening a security guard with a machete. The shooting happened after a short pursuit down Figueroa Street. The Los Angeles Fire Department says a man was not breathing and went into cardiac arrest on the way to the hospital. His current condition is unclear. The shooting slightly affected traffic for Sunday's LA Sparks game at Crypto.com Arena. I'm Mark Mayfield.
AAA reports the national average price for a gallon of gasoline today is $3.15. Mono County, California is up to $5.82 a gallon, while Simpson County, Mississippi is down to $2.54. From America's News Network, this is USA Radio News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. You can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-SHARE-40. 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 855-SHARE-40.
News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen. Brown and Crouppen.
So what's his handle?
GetBC.com.
You're gonna need lawyers, right?
Who needs a vacation? Are you ready for an unforgettable getaway? Start packing your bags because Branson, Missouri, the vacation and entertainment capital of the U.S., is calling your name. For just $99 per person, here's what you get. A full 3-day, 2-night stay in a luxury resort hotel. A delicious full breakfast buffet every morning you're here. And when you call right now, free show tickets worth up to $100. That's right, free show tickets to an award-winning show on us. You don't have to leave the country for an amazing vacation. You can drive or fly to Branson and have an incredible time. Whether you bring in the whole family or just planning a romantic escape, this trip is built for you. We guarantee you'll love Branson. This is not a timeshare. It's just an unbeatable vacation deal for only $99 per person. You book now, you can use your tickets anytime this year. You don't even need to know your travel dates to lock in the special price. Hurry, because this offer won't last long. Call our Branson vacation experts today.
800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. That's 800-497-7198. Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
The Lou Information Station presents Arch City Now with Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome in. Glad you guys are with us today when it comes to Arch City Now. Vic Faust here, Projo alongside. Hey, thanks for jumping on in the chat line, liking, subscribing, sharing the show, letting people know what we do here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Not only on YouTube and X at Arch City Now, but also at luinfo.com. Once again, luinfo.com. We have a big network of shows, lots of different shows running all throughout the day at luinfo.com. You can check out our website. You can check out the content that we have as well. We are appreciative when you guys do that. Also, if you guys have ideas, story ideas, shout outs for individuals, businesses all throughout the St. Louis area, we will do that as well on the show. We love doing that. We love promoting it. We love talking with you guys. That's what this show is about. It is 7:03, Monday, July 14th. It's another gray morning. It looked like it was supposed to be sunny today. Maybe we're just trying to burn off the cloud cover. One of the topics we were talking about today, just bizarre, is this weather. I really don't understand the weather that we have had. It's been bizarre. Yesterday was one of the weirdest weather days that I have seen. I was talking about it as well. Just so different to try to figure it out. Anyway, we are here for you guys. This show is all about you. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing the show, letting people know what's going on. We take you to 8 o'clock every day. Also, from 8 to 10 o'clock every day, it's Hot Take Central 2.0 with the former Blue, Cam Jansen, and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes, bringing you everything that they can. It's actually 7:06, 7:07. Thank you, Megan. Okay, this laptop, I got to stop looking at the damn laptop. It is slow.
Yeah, we need a better.
Projo, correct me, dude.
Hey.
Correct me. Did you take a hit already?
No,
I'm just
no,
kidding.
I'm doing other. Yeah.
We joke about that. It's promoting it as well. Thank you, Megan. 7:06 is the time. I'll look at my dang phone. Also, if you want to give us a call, you can do that as well. 855-282-8255. 855-282-8255. It's a Monday. We're catching up all throughout the day. 7:07 on a 7:14 day in the St. Louis area. Now we're there. Now we're catching up, and it is all good in our hood. If you want to as well, you can let us know if there's a story we missed, if there's something from the weekend, especially when it comes to Monday. There was a big concert over the weekend. Country music fans, Chris Stapleton, rocking and rolling through Hollywood Amphitheater. I know that was a big thing. And St. Louis has become a concert town. It really has been. Think about this. There he is. Chris Stapleton, baby. Did he send you that picture himself, Projo?
Yeah. He heard
signed,
you talking
autographed.
about it. He sent it to me.
Thanks, Chris. We appreciate it. The vocals were on par Saturday night. Might have been a little better if no, I'm just kidding. Chris Stapleton, for all intents and purposes, I heard had a fantastic show. But St. Louis is a concert town. We already know we're a music town, and a lot of cities around the country would say, "Oh yeah, we love music." How well do you go and support? Every concert that I've ever been to at Hollywood, and I know they sold out, venues packed. If Patrico joins the show this morning, we can talk to him about that. He's got a show called Sounds of STL Mondays and Wednesdays. I believe that's 2 to 3 o'clock.
I did hear back from him. He said he'll see what he can do.
Sure.
He's running around with the kids today. So.
Oh my gosh, how dare him be a daddy?
Right.
How dare him? No, I totally get it. That's fine. We were just trying to promote the show, but we are. And you think about disposable income. And I don't mean this as a slight, but there's not tons of things to do throughout the St. Louis area when it comes to major events, are there? I mean, you've got Cardinals games. People aren't really going to Cardinals games as a big whole anymore. The Blues aren't in action. St. Louis SC, every now and then, they don't have lots of home games. They had one last night. Decent crowd too, by the way, considering that they only won their 4th game of the year. They're in second to last place in their division. But St. Louis, when acts come here, people show up. They go to these concerts. I talked about the Kendrick Lamar. I mean, that was just massively packed. I mean, crazy packed trying to get down there. Chris Stapleton sold out. People who come to Hollywood sold out. I would dare to say that St. Louis has to be an upper echelon city when it comes to music. And we get a lot of acts. We really do. We do. We get a lot of acts that do come here, not only at Hollywood, but also at Enterprise and, of course, at America Center. So if you guys agree, you can let us know. If you don't, if there's something that we're missing. Is it like this everywhere? Is it just entertainers wherever they go? If they're traveling, if they're doing touring, they're selling out places all across America. And we just, think we're special, or at least I do. I don't know. Anyway, Pro Joe, the music side of things. Yeah.
Well, no, Tony's show is from 3 to 4, by the way.
3 to 4, Mondays and Wednesdays, Sounds of STL. Once again, Sounds of STL. Also want to give a shout out. We're speaking of music. Our friend Steve Ewing, some band called The Urge or something, I think, or something like that. Yeah.
Some little band.
Some little band, little guy, little guns. Teasing, of course. They've got, it's National Hot Dog Day on Wednesday. So they've got some specials going on at their Delmar location and their Chesterfield location. So Steve put out a video to promote that. Like Steve, he was in the studio about a month ago. We appreciated him coming in and joining us for that. But we like to promote anything and everything that's in St. Louis and things that are happening all over. So if you want to check out Steve, maybe he shows up at the shops every now and then. And it amazed me too. He comes up with this concept for hot dogs, and the hot dogs are fantastic. I've had one. And this guy is ripped, shredded. There's no way in heck he's eating lots of hot dogs. There is no way in hell, Pro Joe.
Yeah, he does bodybuilding. I don't think hot dogs is on his.
But it's just bizarre that somebody like that looks like that.
Yeah.
And he supports himself with Steve's hot dogs.
Right.
Unless they're protein hot dogs, baby, that I didn't know about.
Well, he got Steve's Melts and the Fountain. So.
Oh, okay. Didn't know about that. Yeah. We'll get Steve back on as well. He can promote that. From the chat line, guys, I know you were in high school back in the day, but did you attend the Riverport riot back in June of '91 with Guns N' Roses?
I did not.
No, I was in high school when that happened. I was not there. Obviously, we've talked about it. It's got a lot of hype. Matter of fact, we just came up on some anniversary of that. It was the 24-year anniversary, 25. Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, that was a massive deal. I just think that, yeah, a lot. And there was some, like back in the day, wasn't it Ozzy Osbourne in St. Louis, like allegedly was accused of biting the head off of a bat for the first time in St. Louis?
Was that in St. Louis?
I thought it was. I don't know. You guys tell me. You guys are the chat line. Tell me.
There is a mugshot out there with him with a Blues jersey on. So,
yeah. I think that was in St. Louis as well. So, yeah, if all the craziness happens, we'll do it in St. Louis. That's what we're about. Yeah. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing the show. Once again, if you want to give us a call, we'll give you that phone number again, 855-282-8255. That's 855-282-8255. If you can remember of any shows that you went to that were wild, crazy, whatever, incredible here in the St. Louis area, you can let us know that. Also, when it comes to our Cardinals, they're getting the job done at least one day. The 7-hour win yesterday. Wished it could have counted for 3 wins, only for 1. Cardinals now 51-46 after their 5-4 victory yesterday. The sad thing is that they had a lackluster homestand, just 3-3 against the bottom dwellers of the National League East. And they scrapped, did whatever they could to get 1 win yesterday. They're 6.5 games out of first place. They don't look like they could contend for first place at this point in time, unless some changes are made. But they're only a game and a half out of the wild card spot. So technically, they're right there for a playoff spot. Now, easier said than done, but the attendance has been lackluster. That's the word for the day when it comes to the Cardinals. And several fans now calling for ownership to sell the team. Is that a legitimate request? Because fans, and a large portion of them, if you look at the attendance numbers, feel as if the Cardinals have just kind of given up on the season before the season began. And we're starting to see really, really low numbers. Is it apathy towards the team from the ownership group, or Cardinals fans just like any other fans if they're not winning? But they're 5 games over 500. And for the Cardinals standpoint, there's just not many people going to the game. So certainly a talk about topic. What's happening with the Redbirds, especially when you see the investment that's been made in downtown. We talk about the new entertainment district that's been set up by Governor Mike Kehoe, and business leaders all throughout the St. Louis area with high dollar value. These are people who want to see St. Louis succeed. That's what gets me excited about the region, is they've gotten serious about St. Louis when it comes to this entertainment district, peace officers, security officers. Imagine, like I said last week, the imaginary circle going all around this downtown St. Louis area where all these sporting venues are going to be placed, including the Arch, and keeping extra safety security there and making sure that there is a deterrent. It's going to work. Mark my words, it will work. And there's so much money that's been invested that I've heard about and that people are talking about to make St. Louis safe again. So you got to have that feeling, because perception is reality. So those are the positives, and I'm looking for the positives. Yeah, we have our negatives. We know about it. So you have all that investments there. The Cardinals need to succeed. The team needs to get the players, get the people in a process to do that. Yes, sir.
Sorry, I was looking up dates and everything on things that we talked about. Ozzy Osbourne happened in Des Moines, Iowa on January 20th, and the riot in St. Louis happened on July 2nd.
All right. Thank you. We appreciate it. There we go. Now you have it. I was also told recently by a guy that travels the world, the best steakhouse that he has had in the entire world was an 801 Chop, 801 Steakhouse, the Chop House in Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh, wow.
He is convinced that is the best steakhouse he's ever been to. So Des Moines, Iowa. We've got one in the St. Louis area as well. So gotta love it. Gotta love it. Okay. This is Arch City Now. Our time is 7:17. I think I got that right. It is July 14th. It's a Monday. We're ready to rock and roll today. What's happening in your neck of the woods? Let us know. We cover everything St. Louis. Appreciate you guys jumping in today, liking, subscribing, sharing the show, letting us know what's happening in your neck of the woods. That's what we do all day long here. Okay. Yesterday, incident at the airport. Do you find yourself having more issues at Lambert? Are your situations good? The weather yesterday became an issue. There were delays, and there were 50,000 people in town this weekend in St. Louis for the Seventh-day Adventist. Okay, many of them traveled. Many. So they're all trying to leave. There's delays. The lines were backed up outside at Southwest. Southwest at one point had 35 flights delayed, a total near 50 when you add all the airlines in. You're trying to get out. Sundays can be busy as well. It's the perfect storm, no pun intended, so to speak. And then we're also dealing with just crazy, wacky, wild weather. It's been a topic we've been talking about. Have you seen things change when it comes to our weather patterns throughout the St. Louis area? We've talked about the tornadoes, and I've talked to adjusters, a specific adjuster from Oklahoma who said Missouri right now is in a pattern where they get the weather that Oklahoma used to get. The pattern just switched up north a little bit. Is it just normal trends? Does it have something to do with cloud seeding? Is it something else? I don't know. And maybe it's just me, but it just seems like trying to figure out the weather yesterday. It's raining, it's sunny, it's raining, it's sunny, it's raining, it's sunny. Some parts getting massive storms, other parts not. No rhyme or reason. Anyway, those things. And they also contributed to a 7-hour Cardinal game that they continued to wait around for because they were heading into the All-Star break weekend. So that's why they did that. So anyway, that's what we have. Those are some of the things that are going on. Also, if you want to give a shout out, as we say to people, you can do so. You can let us know. We also talk about and some of the things that are happening when it comes to gaming and sports betting throughout the Missouri area. December 1st, it officially launches. The Missouri Gaming Commission is allowing a opportunity for people to give their opinions on a forum. You can do that at their website through Thursday. By August and September, they will be awarding some of those licenses, the massive licenses, like DraftKings, Underdog, BetMGM. Those are 3 of the contenders for 2 of those licenses so that people can start to bet in the state of Missouri. They don't have to drive to Illinois or do it through offshore accounts. Very surprising it hasn't happened yet, but we've talked about some of those things. Also, from the chat line, listener Greg says, we are in solar maximum with solar flares. I don't even know what that means. You can let me know. I have no idea what that means, but I do know there seems to be some changes specifically, and we're worried about this area. We're worried about Missouri. We're worried about the St. Louis area, and it just seems like there's been some different happenings, things that are just a little bit different. So it is what it is. Also, we talk about baseball. The Savannah Bananas. Remember them? We talked about the Savannah Bananas last week. They're coming to Busch Stadium. That's coming up in 2 weeks. They'll be here. They were selling out places. They sold out Fenway Park back-to-back nights, which blew my mind. And then we're told that the game, if you're not able to get a ticket down to Busch Stadium, and they'll be here for 2 nights, they will be coming to town, and the game will be on Channel 11. And I believe that's July 27th. They'll be taking on the Texas Tailgaters on Channel 11 KPLR. Savannah Bananas going to be in town. So if that's something you like, if you've seen the craziness that they've had with the success as well, they will be at Busch Stadium. And I bet there will be more people at the Savannah Bananas game than we have seen at Cardinals games. That's it's a fact. It'll be packed. People want to go see the Savannah Bananas, but they don't want to see the St. Louis Cardinals. You also had Cardinals drafting a pitcher. His name is Liam Doyle, and Liam is having a phenomenal time because he was drafted 5th overall by the St. Louis Cardinals. And Projo, I sent you his stuff. Cardinals had their best pick, their highest pick in 27 years. It was a number 5 pick in the 2025 Major League Baseball draft last night. And they chose this pitcher. And he's a fireballer. He's a lefty. And he's a lefty that touches 100 when it comes to his pitching. A lot of times you don't see things like that. But here is the announcement for Liam when he was chosen last night. Well, people watching the podcast, they see the joy and they hear the joy of becoming an instant millionaire. It's an instant, but a lifelong of work. Tournaments, batting cage time, pitching lessons, you name it. But quite the watch party. Look at that. That's a massive launch. It's like an auditorium filled for old Liam. Doesn't he look so young? June just finished his junior year at Tennessee. And he gets selected. So Cardinals really, really high on this guy, really high. His strikeout rate is unbelievable. One of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, college game. University of Tennessee player coming to St. Louis. We'll see how long it takes him before we see him up with the big league. So congrats to him. Congrats to the Cards. Hopefully it's a sign of good things to come. That's for sure. From the chat line, Vic Nelly has significantly invested in horse racing. Yep, we told you about his story last week. The St. Louis Nellies acquiring the Seattle franchise from the National Thoroughbred League, relocating it to St. Louis. Yeah. So they're over at Fairmount Park and they've got a party coming up. I don't know when free. You can go there, free fashion show. They've also got a really cool restaurant there called Long Shots, a barbecue base that they're really trying to invest in and get people to check out. And it's a good time. I've been to Fairmount Park. It's a good time. It really is. If you enjoy a little betting, go do it. It's a whole lot of fun. And of course, they're trying to make it as good as they can, make it, and it's not that far away. You just cross the bridge, you go into the Illinois side. It's not too far, over on the edge of Collinsville. So if you haven't checked it out, do so. Another place for St. Louis when it comes to trying out something new. Speaking of sports, St. Louis City SC won their 4th game of the year last night. Thank God they won. They were home. Beat Portland, who's a really good team, 2-1. So it gives the team their 4th win. Hopefully they can put something together as they come down the stretch to build on for future generations. But there is something really good, a positive note about St. Louis when it comes to their soccer. St. Louis City SC2, their underdevelopment team, is one of the best in the country. So that's saying, so they've got a lot of really good younger players on that team who are coming up. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come. Just like the Cardinals minor league system, if they had all these players, you'd say, okay, these are the guys that are the stars of tomorrow. That's something to get excited about when it comes to soccer in St. Louis City SC2, because they are really, really good and they're putting together wins. They're stringing together wins. They have good players, and that's something that St. Louis could feel really good about as well. By the way, we are Arch City now. If you want to jump in on the line, you can. We'll take a break in a couple minutes. The phone number to give us a call is 855-282-8255. Once again, that is 855-282-8255. Love to hear from you. Anything that you guys want to touch upon, we can do that. You're watching us on X and YouTube. That's where you at least can watch us. You can jump in on the chat line and do that as well on X and YouTube at Arch City Now. And if you want to check out any of the shows that we have coming on throughout our network, 7 days a week, 24/7, you can do that at luinfo.com. That is also the website for all of our shows to learn more about what we are here and the shows that are coming up. Speaking of which, today at 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock on Mondays, we do an hour MIZ ZOU show. Myself, Grant Salzman, all things Mizzou, coming up to start off the show today right out of the gate. We have the voice of the Missouri Tigers, Mike Kelly. He'll be joining us to talk about a plethora of Mizzou topics, specifically football, basketball. Sophie Cunningham, she is really coming into her own, being Caitlin Clark's teammate in Indiana. Fan sensation right now as well. So all topics, all things that we'll be talking about and getting into as well. If there's something that we've missed, we'll do that as well. Also, a very, very, very nice restaurant is looking at taking the spot of the Old Tony's in Clayton. We'll tell you about what that is and what it could mean for the St. Louis area as well. Plus, what else did we have here? Oh, yep. And we talked about the betting side of things as well. So you guys jump in on the show, like, subscribe, share the show. We love it when you guys do so. This show is about you. Let people know what we're doing here Monday through Friday. If you have a guest that you think we should talk to, we can do that as well. So efforting a couple guests as well when it comes to some of the topics that we're talking about on this Monday. Supposed to be sunny by the end of the day. Not so much right now. It looks like we're burning off some cloud cover. But you do have that humid, that muggy St. Louis feel this morning as well as you're up and out the door this morning. We're glad you're with us. We're ready to move things forward. Hot Take Central 2.0 coming up right after us today as well. We'll take a break. We are your Lou information station. We are live and on demand at luinfo.com. Once again, that's luinfo.com. We will come back. We'll talk about some of the things that are also happening throughout the St. Louis area today and coming up this weekend. And before we do, Greg says, I wonder what they will call the horses in Nelly's new league. His group are the St. Louis Nellies. We'll see where that goes. Okay, you're watching Arch City Now, Projo alongside. I'm Vic Faust as well, back with more for our final segment right after this.
In your city with Kelly and Gordon. It's the hottest happy hour in STL radio. A high energy, high impact weekday radio show blending relationship values, Celebrity buzz, community love, and sharp business insight. This is where storytelling meets strategy. It's the pulse of the city, bringing the energy, stories, and voices of STL to life. In your city with Kelly and Gordon. Weekday afternoons at 4, only on the Lou Information Station.
Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill has a new menu. But don't freak out. Hot Shots favorites are still there, like their famous wings, tacos, burgers, and pizzas. Plus, sure to be new faves like Big Philly egg rolls, the Bold and Hearty Slugger sandwich, the Buffalo chicken pizza, and 2 new wing sauces, Carolina Gold and Bourbon Glaze. And making a comeback, it's the return of Hot Shots' legendary waffle fries. So now there's even more to love at Hot Shots. Come try out the new menu at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Find the location nearest you at hotshotsnet.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
At Brown & Crouppen, we get that after an accident, money's tight. That's why we offer so much for free. First call, free. First consultation, free. Stuck at home or in the hospital, we'll come to you for free. So call Brown & Crouppen, where we don't get paid unless you do. And your first consultation is free.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown & Crouppen. GetBC.com.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. There were long lines at St. Louis Lambert International Airport over the weekend. A spokesperson said it was one of the busiest days of the year due to a large religious convention that ended Saturday. July is also one of the heaviest traveled months for vacationers, and you're urged to get to the airport early if you have a flight. A St. Charles man died over the weekend in an accident along Highway 94. Missouri State Police said it happened Saturday on westbound Highway 94 at Sherman Drive near the Interstate 70 interchange when a car struck a traffic pole. The 37-year-old man was pronounced dead at the hospital. St. Louis police are enforcing that curfew for minors. The curfew has been in place since the 1990s, but they're enforcing it after recent violence involving minors. They encourage parents to take responsibility too. The juvenile curfew is in effect from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. during the week, Sunday through Thursday, and from midnight to 6 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. We're headed for the upper 80s today and a mix of sunshine and clouds. Looks like temperatures will stay fairly warm most of the upcoming week. Cloudy overnight, low 70s, and then a mix of sun and clouds on Tuesday morning. We're going up to 90, scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms. We might get a few more showers on Wednesday, still pretty hot, low 90s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City, 314-344-4400.
Looking to get organized and support local? At St. Louis Closet Company, we've been designing custom closets and storage solutions right here in St. Louis for over 30 years. From walk-in closets to home offices and even pantries, we create personalized, organized spaces that fit your lifestyle and your space. Built locally and installed professionally. Call 314-781-9000 for your free estimate or visit stlouisclosetco.com today.
This hour of content on the Lou Information Station is brought to you by Grandpa Pigeons, Johnny Mac's Sporting Goods, and Becky's Carpet and Tile Superstore.
Hey, see that, kids? That's the St. Louis Arch, the gateway to the west.
The Lou Information Station, where we'll always call it Highway 40 or Highway 40 if you're a boomer.
The St. Louis expression?
Stream our content 24/7 at louinfo.com. The Lou Information Station. Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back into the show. Happy Monday. We're trying to get things going. It could be a tough morning today, that's for sure. The sun's not shining outside. It's a little gray. We're coming off a lot of rain again from yesterday, but we're doing our best here. We're here at 7:34, taking you to the top of the hour. Hot Take Central 2.0 with former St. Louis Blue Cam Jansen and St. Louis broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. They take things from 8 to 10 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday. Also coming up today at 10 o'clock, we've got the Mizzou Show, the MIZZOU Show. Myself and Grant Salzman talk all things Mizzou when it comes to the sporting events. The voice of the Tigers, Mike Kelly, joins us today right off the top of our show, just after 10 o'clock as well. So we appreciate you guys joining us from that standpoint. Also love it when you guys get involved in our show. You can do that. You can watch us on X and YouTube at Art City Now. We do that every day. You can chime in with whatever you have. Let us know what's happening in your neck of the woods. We love to promote people, businesses, events, those sorts of things that are happening in this area. Also, if you want to give us a call, you can do that at 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. And of course, you can learn all things about our entire network at luinfo.com. Once again, luinfo.com. If you want to do that, you can also check out the shows. You can stream us at luinfo.com as well, all throughout the day, every day, to find out some of those things that are happening. Cardinals won yesterday. Final score 5-4. They're 51-46 at the All-Star break. They're 6.5 games behind the Cubs for first. They're a game and a half out of the wild card spot. They also picked up a new pitcher. His name is Liam Doyle. He was one of the best pitchers available. For highest pick the Cardinals have had in 27 years, 5th overall. He's out of Tennessee, just finished his junior year. He's a fireballer left-hander. Cardinals say could be a fast track to Major League, so we'll see. And we all know they could use a fireballing left-hander in their lineup. We'll see where it goes. St. Louis, the All-Star game, by the way, is tomorrow night. Major League Baseball All-Star game. Brendan Donovan will be there representing the Cardinals. So that's cool. He'll be our representative. The home run derby contest tonight. Cardinals just got to figure out who they are, what they're going to do, and where they're going. St. Louis City SC won their first game in over a month. Last time they won a game was May 31st. They won last night at Energizer Park in St. Louis. Final score there was 2-1, and they beat a pretty good Portland team. So that is a good sign of things to come. Obviously, you get those wins against good teams, make you feel a little bit better. You get a little momentum. You start to move forward. By the way, shout out to the Urban League, who are still taking care of tornado victims. They've been giving out 1,000 free hot meals every Saturday this summer. They have one more event coming up, July 19th. It'll be their last one. If you want more information about that, contact the Urban League. But also, they continue to give out and help people throughout the community all year long. So love that. Appreciate that. Congratulations to the Urban League and those who support the Urban League for making sure that they're out doing what they can to help people all around this entire area, especially people who have been hurt by whatever those things are that are going on. Some of the other news and headlines from the weekend that were making news. The Lambert Airport, under the microscope, they had some issues with delays yesterday. Southwest had 35 delays at one point in time. There were almost 50 delays at one point in time yesterday. You had packed planes. One of the contributing factors was the fact that you had the 50,000 strong national event from the Seventh-day Adventists going on downtown. So they're all trying to leave. You've got weather and pop-up storms all over the place, and that's not a good combination. So they took to social media complaining about Lambert's airport, so forth. Was there really anything Lambert could do? I mean, if you have storms, you have storms. I don't know. Is there anything you can do? Have you been through any situations like that? Feel free to let us know. And when you want to get somewhere, you want to get somewhere. I mean, especially the last place you want to be stuck is at an airport, and you don't want to be stuck at Lambert. You just don't. You don't want to be stuck at any of these places. So anyway, it's hot. It's muggy outside. There's still some spot showers that we could see today. No sunshine this morning in St. Louis as we help get you up and out the door, but we certainly hope and pray it's going to be a good day for you. Just some bizarre weather that we've been talking about as well. So anyway, if there's any other headlines that we can help out with, we will do that. Just let us know from that standpoint if anything else is happening that we've missed. Go ahead and get in our chat line. Let us know. You can do that at YouTube. You can do it at X, and you just go to Arch City Now. Still efforting some streaming for those of you who like TikTok and Facebook. That's out of our hands right now. We're waiting, fingers crossed. We'd love to give you guys as many platforms to listen to us as well. But sometimes there's not a lot we can do from that standpoint. Okay. Also, we love to promote things that are happening around the St. Louis area. And if we can, that's great. One of Clayton's really cool places, Tony's. That went out of business not too long ago. And now you have a restaurant that's looking at taking that over in Clayton. It's called River Horse on Main. They're eyeing the new location there in downtown Clayton. That could be an interesting spot for them. They've had a lot of success in Park City, Utah, fine dining. Tony's is a terrific place in Clayton. So they opened in 87 in Park City, Utah. So they're looking at that spot, that place, 105 Carondelet Plaza. So who knows? Centene owns that area, owns that facility. I could definitely see it doing well there, but Tony's didn't, and Tony's went out of business. Yes, Projo.
Well, speaking of Tony's, there's a Tony on the line wanting to talk about the landing.
Oh, really? Tony jumps in on the line. What's on your mind this morning, Tony, when it comes to the landing? Tony, if you're there, tell us what's going on with the landing.
We are not hearing Tony.
Okay. Can't hear Tony right now. Projo will fix that. So the restaurant, the Park City restaurant, is led by Chef Seth Adams. And there's a familiar St. Louis businessman associated with it. It's Dave Spence. He's also associated with this. You don't know who Dave Spence is. I mean, he's the longtime majority owner, CEO of the pharmaceutical packaging business, Legacy Pharmaceutical Packaging. He also ran for Missouri governor at one point in time. He's co-owned River Horse since 2011. So that was according to the website. Spence told Channel 5 the deal for River Horse to potentially locate to Clayton was not 100% yet, and that it's premature to discuss it. But it is being talked about because right now nothing is happening in that location. Yes, my friend Projo.
I think we may have fixed the issue.
Okay, that would be good. We always welcome your calls, 855-282-8255. Once again, 855-282-8255. Tony's on the line and wanted to talk about the landing. Tony, what's on your mind this morning? Okay,
all right,
we don't have Tony. That's all right. We appreciate it. If you guys want to jump in, you can. Possibly want to talk about the landing. We brought this up earlier. We were talking about different places that were St. Louis. We brought up the landing earlier. I've brought it up several times. People remember the landing, but they may not know that there are a lot of people living happily at the landing right now. That's right. A group a few years back reinvested in the landing. Security. They redid some of the towers down there, the building structures, and it's a really nice place to live. Told, over 10 Cardinals living in some of these high rises down on the landing. And it's safe because people put money and an emphasis into it. Not saying that it was easy, but they did it and they were able to make things work. And I didn't know if that was possibly one of the issues that they wanted to talk about, but these things are happening. Also, a shout out for O'Connell's Pub, an Irish pub. It's been around for 60 plus years. But they're saying that they could use some help right now. And it's been around since 1962. That's where they are right now. The website says when they moved to their current location in 72, they brought everything from their original wooden bar to the 1904 World's Fair chandeliers to the chairs, booth, kitchen equipment, everything. So very big, very popular place, O'Connell's. Well, now they're in a situation. The city of St. Louis started to add traffic calming measures and safety improvement on Kings Highway from Florissant Avenue over to Gravois. So on this bridge, all those southbound lanes, they all squeeze into one. So they say that most of their business comes north of here. And the improvements to traffic or whatever was a blow to business. So choosing where to eat can come down to a little thing like, it's just such a pain to get over there. And you know what? I understand. Like it's, oh my gosh, is there going to be a ton of traffic? How are we going to be able to get in there? Things changing. Well, they say that they've lost 20% of their business since the city made the traffic changes. So right now they're asking for people to help them. They don't want to lose their business. If you can, go in and support it. If you've ever been to O'Connell's, they're in one of those situations. So John says, the owner, that the bridge work could wrap up at the end of July. But a spokesperson with the city of St. Louis and Kings Highway has been paid from MLK to Penrose already. So we'll see what's coming up next from that standpoint. But wanted to give a shout out to O'Connell's Pub, if you weren't familiar with it, in regards to what could be happening over there. We love to give shout outs, promote St. Louis, try to help where we can, and do what we can to get that word out for everything that is St. Louis. This is Arch City Now. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Once again, Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. You can watch us on X and YouTube at Arch City Now. Once again, Arch City Now. And jump in on the chat line. We appreciate it when you guys do that too. Love to promote, love to say whatever we can when it comes to our city. We were talking about Chris Stapleton, had a big show over the weekend. If anybody was out there, St. Louis is not, we know we're a sports town. We are. But we also know we're a music town. And we show up when these acts come to town. We showed up for Chris Stapleton the other night as well. So if anybody was there, I thought that was a pretty cool thing. Also, do you guys remember Sarah Evans? She's from Missouri, I think just outside the Columbia area. Multi-platinum country music star. Well, she's got a new tour called Unbroke. She's going to Shattucker Center at Lindenwood University. She's going to be in town August 24th. She'll be singing all of her hits, including No Place, That Far, Suds in the Bucket, Born to Fly, and A Little Bit Stronger. So Sarah Evans still rocking and rolling. She'll be here August 24th in the St. Louis area. We like to promote some of those concerts and things that are happening all around the area as well. If there's anything that we missed, let us know. What's happening in your neck of the woods? It's all about St. Louis this, St. Louis that, and promoting anything and everything that we can for you guys. Let us know, because once again, we're here because of you guys watching, liking, subscribing, sharing the show, letting people know what we've got going on. And that's why we get up early and do it all the time. Speaking of construction, from the chat line, Boone says, do we know when the plan or entertainment district will happen? Plans would start for that. That's all right. Dang voice to text. It's supposed to happen soon. I don't think we weren't given a specific date, but it was supposed to happen very soon. That is signed into law. So they're trying to find what they can when it comes to hiring their peace officers. And if anybody has any other specific details, let us know. And Projo, what is our situation from
with Tony?
Yeah. Or do we?
Right. I mean,
because sometimes I look up and then I don't see, and I want to make sure I wasn't talking over anybody. Do we have anybody on the line now?
No.
Okay, that's fine then.
I do have my phone hooked to the board, and we were going to have him call my phone, but I think we're just going to try tomorrow, if that's okay.
Okay, that's cool.
All right.
Is that Tony Patrico on
Yes.
tomorrow to
Yep.
promote? Okay. We will do that. We appreciate that. The landing.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Mississippi Nights would bring back a lot of
If a
population down there.
Okay, if a Mississippi Nights reopened downtown near the landing, you're telling me people would go?
Oh, without a doubt.
Okay, I'm not, and it would be super popular.
Yeah, if they had the right promoter and the right, booking agent in there. Which, with a name called Mississippi Nights, I couldn't imagine you not having the right person.
I know. It's easy to say, of course it would be. Of course, it was so popular. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. And I know you're looking at me like I'm nuts.
Well, you just said safety is better down there. I mean, they're bringing residential down there.
Yeah, they are. At the landing. That is a fact.
Let's bring back the nightlife.
You combine that with the entertainment district and but have people, and you know how people in St. Louis are. We can get set in our ways and not want to leave or go more than 5 to 10 miles from our house. And I'm serious when I say that.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people just get set. Oh, I don't want to go there because we're so many small municipalities that make up this bigger small city. I don't know. Will people start to go back downtown?
If with the right kind of entertainment, yes, of course.
I'd love to see it. I would love to. I'm just trying to bring it up and talk about it. By the way, the entertainment district, that House bill, it takes effect, Boone, August 28th. So does that mean so it takes effect then, but businesses and people, I guarantee they're already talking about where they're going to get their, quote, peace officers and how that's going to work. And will that work in conjunction with St. Louis City Police? And of course, one of the things that went against that was, wait a second, we're hundreds and hundreds of officers short in St. Louis City's police department, yet we're creating an entertainment district where people will be able to hire essentially peace officers to help keep the area safe. I don't know. From the chat line, since we were talking about the Landing, we were talking about Mississippi Nights and some of the places that used to be down there. Guys, Mississippi Nights closed because the casino bought out the area in 2007. But was it still rocking in 2007?
No, actually, the Landing was, Mississippi Nights had already left.
Yeah.
And the Landing was already dwindling at that point. Because of security and because of a lot of things. So then the casino revitalized that area, and they just didn't bring the entertainment back because the casino's sitting right there. And the casino, I mean, I don't know if they have a club in there where they can have live music. However, they don't. I never hear of any good shows at the casino down there.
Well, I know. Yeah, I guess some good points. Trying to figure out what would work, what wouldn't. I don't know, man.
I mean, Gordon Ramsay's got a restaurant down there. How well's that doing?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't hear people saying, "Hey, I have to get down to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant."
Right.
But
Exactly.
I don't know. But I don't know if I'm somebody who could really say that or not. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, this is from the chat line. When they got rid of the Admiral. Oh my God, we're going to the Admiral.
Yeah,
Here
there's
we
that
go.
too.
We like to have fun here too. I love this this little deal. And it's not necessarily, quote, St. Louis, but it's Missouri. This video from Marshfield, Missouri. It was from Marshfield. And it was back at the end of April. I didn't know if you saw it. It went viral. I just thought it was really, really funny. And I think it can kind of set the stage for the week too. Just having some fun, not taking things too seriously. This, for people watching our show, was a billboard war that some fast food restaurants were having with each other. McDonald's and Dairy Queen. And then you also had some other local stores getting involved when they would put up billboards and jokes and take ribs at each other. So I had never seen anything like this before. Have you, Projo? And we can start it back over from the get-go in a second because I'm still talking.
Okay.
I see it.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to let it play.
Okay.
When you get it back to the, you just let me know when is that all ready?
It is.
I wanted to play it for our listeners will hear it. Being narrated, but our viewers can also see the signs. Would love to see this. Somebody in St. Louis start up some trouble like this. Here you go. I
want to have a sign war. And then DQ's like, we would, but we're too busy making ice cream. And then McDonald's replies back, that's cute. Our ice cream makes itself. And then DQ comes back with, you mean it actually works? Shocker. The McDonald's got to come back again with, what's a milkman in pantyhose? A Dairy Queen. And then DQ comes back with, why dine with a clown when you can with a queen? Yeah, that's good. Now, Arvis Bank across the street got to go, ice cream machine broken? We have a loan for that. Sounds like a Google ad. And then Sonic, they got to kick in too, and they're like, we have ice for these burns. And then here comes Domino's with, your signs are cheesy, just like our pizza. Check this out.
I'm sorry. That was I could have used a good laugh today. I saw that when I was doing research and I just started freaking laughing. That's good, isn't it? I mean, that's top notch. I mean, that's small town, middle America, Marshfield, Missouri action where people actually have the time. They take the time to put that up there. That's some really good stuff. And how long it was going back and forth, I have no idea. But very, very, very creative. I love Domino's getting in there. Your signs are cheesy like our pizza. Oh, man. We just try to have fun here. Happy Monday morning, everybody. It is July 14th. Yes, we have to take ourselves serious in life, but not too seriously. We just like talking St. Louis. We love what we do here. We love getting you going on your mornings. Also, it is early, the 6 to 8 a.m. spot where we're here just trying to wake you up. From the chat line, can you guys please recommend a coffee shop with an old, comfy couch type atmosphere? I enjoy the new style shops, but really miss the old style with comfy couches. Like, I need more information. What do you mean the comfy couches? I still see.
I would imagine it's, got the little, I don't know, the cafe feel that's got the couch, kind of like Friends.
I was just thinking Friends.
Yeah, sorry.
I was just thinking Friends. I was going to say like the Friends comfy couch.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody has any shout outs. Let us know throughout the St. Louis area. Where is a coffee shop that has the quote older feel with the comfy couches? I've never been something that goes and drinks coffee and sits inside. I would do it in a heartbeat. I just haven't. If I'm drinking the coffee, I'm making it here at our facility, Strategic Air Services, or I'm doing it at home. I've just never gone out and purchased a bunch of coffee. Maybe you guys can promote a post like that from St. Louis influencers once or twice a day. Of course. Love the idea, Boom. Absolutely. Appreciate you jumping in on the show and letting us know your thoughts at YouTube and X at Art City Now. Once again, Art City Now, YouTube and X. Anyway, before we get out of here today, guys, congrats. And I wanted to show a picture. And Pro Joe, I need you to pop it up. Congrats to the Holiday family. Matt Holliday was nothing but an amazing St. Louis Cardinal. And then he promoted the city of St. Louis, terrific ambassador. Another family like the Kachucks, where he has two sons who are dominating in their sports. So his two boys, I mean, this is phenomenal. It really is when you think about how difficult it is to make it to the major leagues, then how difficult it is to have one son make it and follow your path, and then have another son that's following your path.
30 seconds.
Anyway, you now have Matt Holliday's second son was drafted. His first son was drafted first overall in the Major League Baseball draft a few years ago. His second son was just drafted by the fourth pick overall in the draft last night. Congrats to the Holidays. We're out. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
You've seen this. It's brand new. Are you online?
Oh, hey. Oh, so you're...
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline.